Okay, so I've cooked off the mushroom duxelle. It looks like this. Hands get hot sometimes. So most of the water's cooked out of it. Probably took about 3 minutes, maybe a little bit longer, 3.5 minutes, maybe 4 minutes. And it's a nice paste. Okay, you can see it there. Um, anyway, so that's the mushroom duxelle. Now on my cutting board, I have my filet and I have my chicken because I'm going to do them both at the same time. My chicken, everything I'm going to put salt and pepper on. Okay. It's the same kosher sea salt. I'm going to put it all around. I have my, I'll show you in a second. I have my iron skillet. You can just use a regular saute pan on the stove if you want, whatever you want to use. Some little pepper. I have it at a high heat, so salt and pepper the meat. Sorry. And I have my iron skillet on the stove, high heat. I'm going to sear all this off so it is ready to get wrapped. And we're going to sear it off and then let it rest for a couple minutes. Okay, so a little olive oil. Coat this. Rub it in. Okay, and now it is ready. My pan is hot. I'm going to show you. It is smoking hot. Sorry if you guys got dizzy just there. This is my iron skillet right there. Turn my fan on. And first thing I'm going to do is I'll put some olive oil in the pan. You see it's already smoking as soon as I put it in there. Beautiful. Put my filet mignon right up against the corner. See it right up on the corner. My chicken I'm going to do last. I'm only going to flash that for a second. I just want to get a little color on it. This should only be in the pan for maybe a minute, 2 minutes. It's already got some nice color on one side. If you tilt it this way, you can see all the oils are getting underneath it and getting all on the side of it. Okay, I'll show you this one side that's already got some color on it. You can see there's some nice color on it. I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Check it. Not quite yet. You're not cooking it here, you're just searing it. Got some nice color. I'm flipping it to the third side. And then I'm just going to let it sit for a second. While that's going, I think I can put my chicken in. If you want to do chicken Wellington, this is for, like I said, for Vanessa. You can do beef. Put some color on both sides of those. Not cooking it all the way through. And I'm going to do each side, each end, really quick. And the other side. Okay, so you can see it's got some nice color all the way around. Okay, I'm going to let that sit and rest. Flipping my chicken over so it's got some color. I know Dawn Baileyette, you're not gonna do the salt and pepper and maybe just some salt, but and no garlic, of course. But you can make this without all that stuff. It would be fine. Oh, also, I wanted to say the duxelle. If you want to make duxelle with some really fancy mushrooms like shiitakes or paninis or oyster mushrooms, you can do it that way too and make it a little bit fancier. So, again, this has been seared on both sides, the chicken and the beef. I'm going to let it sit there and rest. Just going to finish off this last piece. That's my daughter trying to get something out of the drawer from. You can see it on the video. And the last side. And I can actually turn this off at this point. I'm going to use this pan again to make my sauce in. So don't get rid of it. Don't get rid of anything in the pan. Just leave it and let it sit. Okay? I'll pull it off the heat, but I'm not going to get rid of it. Because all that stuff at the bottom of the pan is really good for your sauces. Alright, so chicken's not cooked, the beef is not cooked, it's just been seared off. Now we're going to coat the meat with some mustard. It's a Dijon mustard, it's just a Publix mustard. The horseradish mustard is nice, and the English mustard is nice. I'm just going to put a little bit on each one. I like the Dijon, it gives it a little more kick. Even the horseradish mustard isn't as spicy as this. You can use a stone ground, but I'm just painting everything with the mustard. That is your next step. Okay, so here's what I did. I'm going to do the filet first, the filet mignon, and then I'll show you the chicken. Chicken's a little bit different, but it's not very complicated. So all I did was I put down some plastic wrap first. I laid my prosciutto on it. I'm going to take my duxelle and I'm going to kind of spread it around on this. Okay, I want to save some for my chicken too. My duxelle was the mushroom, remember? Okay, so I'm using a little bit more on here than I am for the chicken because the chicken won't need as much. But I have a nice layer right here at the beginning of the prosciutto. Put off to the side. I'm going to take my filet mignon, put it right here. And guess what, guys? This is the time, after we finish this, is where we can make ourselves a drink and sit down and relax for a little bit. So all I'm doing is I'm taking a plastic and I'm rolling the filet inside the prosciutto and the duxelle. Just rolling it in there. And I want to tuck this plastic in there, make it nice and tight. And this goes in the refrigerator for an hour. Okay? Okay? So just twist up the sides, put it on a plate, and refrigerate for an hour. Okay, chicken, a little bit different, not a big deal. So I did the same thing. I did my prosciutto, it's a less prosciutto. I put my duxelle on top. I'm gonna take one of my chicken breasts. Because the chicken breast is not cylindrical, it's going to kind of roll differently. So I'm actually going to put a little prosciutto on the inside. This is what I like to do. It's not totally typical, but I like it to be more like a rollatini. So I put the prosciutto on the inside and on the outside, put a little duxelle in the middle. Now I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to roll it up, nice and tight, kind of fold it over a little bit, and then tuck it in with my plastic and roll it all the way up and twist. Again, it's going in the refrigerator, so it kind of looks like that. So I hope while you're waiting for your meat to cool in the refrigerator. You made yourself a drink, so cheers, Rolling Green. I miss you guys. Hopefully you guys like what I'm doing. I don't know. Just wanted to do something for you guys because I miss you, and I thought this would be nice. Anyway, while you're waiting for that, you got an hour, so you can prep your potatoes and your your haricots verts, which are the French green beans. I'm going to show you that now. Cheers. All right, so here we go. All I'm going to do is I'm going to chop up 2 cloves of garlic. Actually, I'm going to do all 4. I'm going to spread it out for all the different things. Roasted potatoes are really simple. You're just going to quarter them up, cover them with olive oil. And garlic, salt, pepper. If you have Montreal steak seasoning, that's really good on them too. If you want to do, oh, by the way, I wanted to mention that if you don't eat pork, you can do this Beef Wellington with turkey bacon. When I was a chef in a German restaurant, we used to just use regular bacon and not prosciutto, but you can certainly use turkey bacon for this. So here's my, I didn't mash it up this time because I'm going to use it for a couple of different things. One's going to be for a sauce, one's going to be for my string beans, and actually 2 are going to be for my sauce and 2 are going to be for string beans. So I'm going to separate it. There's 1, 2, 3. Okay. This will be my sauce, so I'm going to do my shallot for my sauce. Get rid of the outside of that shallot. Same thing, going to mince this up so it's small. And it's going to go for my sauce. Okay. Okay, so I've quartered up my potatoes. All I did was sprinkle a little olive oil over the top, and it's garlic, salt, and pepper. You can do Montreal steak seasoning. You could do some rosemary on there. But basically that's all it is. I'm just mixing it up. That's ready to go. This will take about 30 to maybe 40 minutes in the oven. So you can actually put it in when you put your filet mignon in. Your filet mignon won't take that long, but you want it to rest when it's finished cooking. So there's potatoes. Those are ready to go. And I'm going to do string beans, the haricots verts next. Now the haricots verts I've rinsed off and they're ready to go. I have olive oil in my pan. My pan is hot. And I'm just going to add one of the, you can see I separated my garlic and shallots into 2 piles and my garlic into 1. So I'm going to get my garlic in the pan. That's sizzling. And as soon as that cooks a little bit, you see how much oil I put in there? As soon as that cooks a little bit, I'm going to add my haricots verts. I'm not going to cook them all the way because I want to heat them up later and before I serve dinner. So it's sizzling nicely. I can smell the garlic coming out right now. It's starting to get sweeter. I'm going to add my haricots verts. And I'm going to saute that for about 3, maybe 4 minutes. And you can do other things to it. Sometimes I put my kids aren't eating with us. I'll put mushrooms in it. Basically, you're just going to do salt and pepper. You have the garlic in there already. Nice sprinkling of salt. Nice sprinkling of pepper. It's very simple, but it'll look really pretty on the plate. I'll show you a plate up at the end. Okay, so like 2 to 3 minutes. Don't want to cook them all the way. At the end, you can add a little bit of water. If you had a little chicken stock, you can add some chicken stock to it. But basically, that's it. Salt, pepper, garlic, and a little water at the end.